Hello everybody, Reaper X1 back again. Welcome and thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. If you're brand new, never seen any of my videos before, I hope you come back and visit me plenty. So as I'm getting started here, I wanted to just make sure I save this guy because he's a handy little unit. And I'd like to be able to call on him from time to time in case he gets blown up. Because those autosaves don't always give you your full tech back when you blow up. And I might blow up right about here. Coming soon. So as I'm kind of getting things all figured out and set up and packed up, I would like to ask you to, hit that blue thumb down there if you think it's worth it. Give me the like, give me some comments. If you don't like it, tell me why. I am always actively trying to improve my stuff. The feedback, guys, I've been getting a lot of awesome feedback recently, and I hope you guys are noticing the difference in the audio there. I've been working. I've had some help, some advice, and it's been really helpful. And I hope I can pass on the improvements to all my new videos that come out from now on. Now I gotta get the video figured out. Next big project. So as I was saying there with my introduction, is that if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe it's a thing to do if you like what you are seeing. And if you do, remember to ding the bell, that way you get notifications. And if you don't want to get all the notifications all over, you could always sort your subscriptions by relevancy, and then, hey, all you have to do is watch a lot of my videos and they'll always be on top. Sounds good to me. And, hopefully you find them good enough that sounds good to you. Before we really kick this one off, I do want to remind you about the Saturday Showcase. It's been a pretty good run the last few weeks for submissions. I've had a couple new people throw me some text that I can play with and make videos for. And if you haven't heard of my Saturday Showcase before, what it is I'll take a tech of yours that you think is cool and original, and I'll make the best dang video out of it as I can. And if you're wondering what that means, just go down to my Saturday Showcase playlist on my channel there, and you can take a look at the ones I've done so far. And all you have to do to enter them is a snapshot or an in-game snapshot or a save file, and I'll take her from there. Any instructions that are needed, well, that would be helpful too. So let's get into this real episode. The whole problem I'm having here is everything's too close. See, those things got all buggered up and jammed up, so we're going to knock this puppy down. It worked, served its purpose. We got to make a bunch of missiles out of it, made some money. So now it's time to actually take what I've learned from this base and turn it into a good, effective, let's say an endgame base. Because it's going to be something that's, built by me. I kind of take things a little too far sometimes. Or is it not far enough? Interesting. But now I'm on the hunt for the good spot to build it. And I was thinking of maybe trying to stick into the grasslands and stuff like that for safety, but it's going to be fugly with all the hills and trees and stuff growing up in my base. So I think I'm just going to wander around, look for biotals until I find a spot. Gonna need lots of blocks, so these big yellow guys, they're what I'm after right now. And these guys, they're a lot of tractor collectors, not tractor pads anymore, but they do have some good stuff in them. I know I've blown this pair actually up in different locations a few times now. They're not really a big threat. They don't have much on them. They're just more of a big collector for cutting trees and stuff, so they're alright. Storage harvester, they're called, and they would do just that. But my little tech here, Bon Boom, he have at him. And he's doing a mighty fine job at it, so, I don't know. That's why I wanted to keep him around. With his missiles and megatons, and then all the other little weapons, and then on top of that, drills for crushing anything that's that low. It throws some hurt in them, these bad guys. Now, for you should have ran away, man. You just saw me take your buddy out. Come on. Where's your IQ at? In the negatives? Yeah, you're all screwed up on your buddy's parts. When you're stuck on a hill. Yeah, well, makes it an easy kill, I guess. Maybe I should have sped this up. It ran smooth while I battled it. I didn't want to speed it up if I didn't have to. It looks better when it's not sped up. That's another thing I gotta work on. How can I speed up videos without getting all the blurry junk? Still testing that one out. Haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, we get them all cleaned up. Now let's see what I get for a prize. Oh, we get this set up first. Oh, looks like I'm getting lots of wheels. Oh, and a fabricator. Wheel, Jaws wheel, light, rugged wheel, big boy wheel. It'll look like a saw. So anyway, I come back to this location. It's my little charging station I had in the salt flats. Yeah, I was just going to knock it down at first, but then, you know, I thought, let's chance it. Let's be bold. Let's make our base in the salt flats and just hope we don't get smoked too quick. As long as I can get a little bit of something up here, I think I'll be fine. I usually am, as long as I can get something started. And my tech being charged now the way it is, I'm feeling a little better about it. So this is going to be kind of the heart of my new base for now. I'm not completely decided on a shape, but this is how I'm starting her. So first of all, you know, it's going to be, like I said, a little big. So I'm going to make sure I got lots of capacity for batteries and charging. That's why I got so many solar gens. And these batteries here ain't nothing compared to what's going on. Look at this, I'm putting more on. The yellow there is about center. I plan on mirroring the first side on the second side there. And like I said, this could be a very big base because I plan on having it well defended and able to be stockpiled with, I'm kind of shooting for around 40 blocks for the geocore, for the big ones, or the big wheels. I want to have a pit. Oop, I wasn't going to say that yet. Ah, well, it's out of the bag, it's out of the bag. I'm making more pits. So I'm hoping it can manage 40 big blocks or big wheels on the geocore side. And, well, I think 100 on any of the other ones. That should be fair. Except maybe Hawkeye's rotors. I don't plan on scrapping many of them, but as far as blocks that I normally scrap, I'm kind of thinking they're usually the 4x4 by 2 is maximum, so I think that'll be alright. But I am going to have, since I've said it, pits. And I've gotten a little farther than this already. I kind of fell behind. I've been having a lot of issues with my internet and just not feeling great too, so I'm hopefully back to my full potential and my full health, and I'm going to maybe really throw a lot of effort into this and try and make some crazy. So like I was saying, I'm going to call this one, It's the Pits. Because everything I'm going to do in here, if it's stored or can be loaded, I'm going to try and make it into pits. Not so much silos. Because there is a kind of an idea I got with this. As I noticed when I was scrapping, and that's actually coming up, I wasn't supposed to say that. Dang, I'm leaking. This is like my leaky day. I'm leaking on the dang video I'm not supposed to leak on yet. Just supposed to talk about it when it happens. But anyway. So yeah, everything, instead of being in a silo, I'm going to try and store it in a pit. So I've noticed while scrapping there a while ago that I had just like one large silo, and then with the other little bits of chunks going in, coming out. There was a scrapping / fabricating base. Just a small one though, tiny, not even as big as this thing. My tech I'm driving is almost bigger. And I even noticed a little tiny bit of a issue with that. Like, I know people have said it's the spinning and the bouncing of the resources, and that may very well be, but I think some of it is my older computer, but it just seems like maybe if they weren't being held, maybe I'll get a little better frames or whatever, or maybe it'll just run smoother. So I don't know, just kind of a test. And I like the pit idea, because I have been one of a few of us that were trying to convince the developers at Terra that we could really use, and it is important, if we had a dropper block for resources and the conveyor systems. And I'd like one. Like, I think it would be really frickin' handy. So I figure if I keep using them, and if we can get a few more other people using the dropping resources idea, and then maybe we'll get one. So there's a few blocks that we've been trying, like some of the more long-term players have been trying to talk them into making, and maybe someday they'll get some time to do her, but just gotta keep asking. But as you noticed, I ran out of my little GSO batteries. So here's a wee bit of scrapping. Actually, this is a little bit of scrapping I was talking about. Because there's the tech itself. Doesn't really get too much bigger than that by even the end. That little base in my tech, that's about all that's going on. Right here you ain't going to be able to tell because I set it up. Didn't want to bore you. But yeah, this is the beginning of hopefully something great. As long as I don't get blown up by these guys that keep popping in, trying to surround me. So that's another reason I was thinking of keeping my battle tech a little smaller and staying in it, not jumping into the base, because sometimes I think that can trigger a bigger enemy that will drive at me instead of just being another base. So with the smaller tech that I'm in, hopefully it'll keep it all cool. Yeah, I like it when they pop out like that. Wish they'd do it at normal speed. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what happened here. It got a big burst of the burps. So yeah, this here is the Geocore Bay, or pit. As you can see, she's going to be a big one. Or the bigger one of them all. I think I got my shape down now too. It's probably I think I like the idea of a U shape. Because then my little battle tech can drive right in the middle. I can see all 4 pits. And I can have it set up to charge. As you see there, I got the big Geocore chargers. Wireless ones, so it's going to be able to reach all the way around my base. And the plans I got, I think it'll be sweet. So I got a little more done here and just kind of skip ahead there. I don't like the dark. I get scared. Get a little afeared. Not really, just hard to frickin' see. So yeah, there's pit 1. Complete. Now, almost. Framed in, we'll say. Now we gotta make the second battery box. Because my idea is to have a battery box in between each pit. Because one of the things I learned from that last base that I knocked down at the start of this episode is if your stuff's too close and you plan on using magnets, the scrap magnets, they will interfere with each other. That's what bummed me out with the last pit base that I made. So this one, I might not even use scrap magnets. Because I kind of think they're interfering with scrappers too. Because I had some running and it seemed to be keeping blocks on the magnets even when the fabricators were done everything they had. So it wasn't really pulling them off of there. Which I'm not sure if I like that. I end up getting jammed up, and if it does that at the wrong time, maybe it doesn't do anything for me. So I might have to really check into that one too. That's another test for another day though. So while I'm finishing up here, this is about a good time to call her. So if you did like what you see, throw the like down there, make that little thumb blue. Throw some comments down there as well, that'd be awesome to hear from you, even if it's just saying hello. Subscribe if you haven't. Ding the bell to get notifications of new stuff. I think it's worth it. And if you haven't already, haven't heard of it, the Saturday Showcase. That's where I want your cool original text. And I will make a video for you, and we will hopefully all have some fun doing it. So with that all being said, everybody, keep being awesome, and keep having a good one. Bye.